Welcome to Nguyen Nam Podcast channel. Dogs and cats can live together in perfect harmony, but sometimes there can be a little tension. Dogs are pack animals who love company, while cats are lone hunters who prefer independence. Dogs often play with other pups by chasing them, which cats may perceive as a threat. Stopping this behavior, the moment it occurs, is very important, as it can lead to a very unhappy cat if left unchecked, even if your dog is well-meaning. Moreover, your cat will interpret it as predatory behavior and will want to hide in order to feel safe. But fear not, this behavior can be controlled. In this episode, we'll explore why dogs chase cats, how to stop dogs from chasing your cats, and what to do if they do not stop. Why do dogs chase cats? When a dog chases a cat, it is usually because they are following their instincts, particularly if your dog is a breed originally used for chasing or herding. Other times, when a dog chases cats, they might just want to play, and they will chase a cat a little like they will chase a ball that has been thrown for them. Dogs chase cats because they have a strong chase instinct and that movement can trigger this instinct. However, there are instances of dogs living with cats for years without chasing them before suddenly developing this instinct. It is important to stop dogs chasing cats as soon as you see this behavior in your own pets. Dogs should see cats as their companions, and not as toys. How to stop dogs chasing cats, a step-by-step guide. There are a few things you can master in training to stop your dog from chasing cats, such as controlling your dog's attention to you, being able to have good recall when calling the dog to you when out and about, and also making sure you have an adjustable lead. If you're wondering how to stop dogs from chasing cats, we have come up with 2 different methods below for you to try. It is much easier to train your dog if they are a puppy, as you can easily socialize your dog into recognizing that chasing cats is not acceptable behavior. Method 1. Be in control of their attention. If your cat is happy in a cat crate, put them in and place the crate in a room when your puppy is not around. Make sure they have their toys to keep them entertained. Then, bring in the puppy. Instantly, your puppy will be intrigued by the cat, they will try and smell them and pester them. Try and command your dog's attention to you each time they approach the cat. If the dog looks at you, reward them with a treat. The aim is to do this each time your dog looks at the cat, not necessarily goes up to them. Each time they look at the cat, call them, and when they come to you, reward them with treats. This will emphasize that they should not bother the cat. They will associate leaving the cat alone with being rewarded. Release your cat, if it is safe to do so, and try again. If your dog persists in approaching the cat, call them to you and reward them when they obey. If they don't, firmly tell them to stop, remove the cat, and try again later. In time, they will learn this behavior and stop chasing after the cat. Sometimes, though, your dog develops this chasing behavior later in life. In such cases, you may need a more detailed plan to try and stop your dog from chasing the cat. Method 2. Call the dog to you. If your dog starts chasing a cat, instantly call their attention to you. Stop what you are doing to make sure they come to you when they are called. This is important because you want to stop the chase before it begins. Distracting your dog is always a good way to establish boundaries. Each time your dog notices your cat, repeat the above action. Use strong commands if they have been taught to your dog, such as stop or leave it. If your dog begins chasing your cat, it is important to stop the chase. Follow your dog and use verbal commands to show your disapproval. The sternness of voice should get across the idea that chasing a cat is not sanctioned behavior and your dog should stop instantly. If this method does not stop your dog from chasing the cat, you may need to employ a different method. Method 3. Use an adjustable lead. If your dog keeps chasing the cat, try keeping your dog on an adjustable length lead in the house. Make sure the lead is tied to you or is easily accessible. Keep treats on hand. When your dog looks at the cat, call their attention to you. If they come, give them a treat. Repeat this behavior each time your dog looks at your cat. The lead will make sure your cat can roam freely without being chased, and it will give you better control of your dog should they not obey your commands. In time, your dog will start looking automatically at you when the cat is in the vicinity. Here, you can lengthen the lead and let your dog roam a bit more. If then the dog chases the cat, take them back on the lead to control them. If they come to you, reward them. Once your dog shows little to no interest in chasing your cat both when close to you and when on a long lead, allow them to roam freely with the cat. Remember, lots of treats for good behavior will help get your point across and stop your dog from chasing the cat. Other ways to stop dogs chasing cats. If your dog won't stop chasing cats, you may need to consider if there are any new factors in their life that may have brought this on. For instance, is your dog getting enough exercise? If not, they may be trying to use up some of their extra energy by chasing your cat around the house. Try taking them out for longer and more challenging walks. If this does not work, consider taking your dog to an obedience trainer or a dog behavior specialist. These professionals will be able to identify the problem and solve it. Will my dog ever stop chasing my cat? If after all your hard work and training, your dog still persists in chasing after your cat, continue to work on their recall, and reward them as soon as they obey. In time, they will learn the behavior of leaving the cat alone and stop chasing after them. However, it is always important to be aware that as the dog gets older, this behavior may develop later on in life too. Top 5 tips for training your dog to stop chasing cats. When training your dog to stop chasing cats, there are a few things that owners need to make sure they are avoiding. Using physical punishment or negative reinforcement will slow the process and can cause your dog to become scared of you. Here are a few tips for training. 1. Never use physical punishment. Physical punishment should never be used at any point during a dog's lifetime. This can cause them to become fearful of you or of being around people in certain situations. Due to this behavior, your dog may become aggressive when punished. 2. Always use positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement uses rewards such as treats, praise or toys for certain behaviors. Reward-based reinforcement will make your dog more likely to repeat the desired behavior as they enjoy the end result. 3. Be patient. Training your dog to stop chasing cats won't happen in one training session. This is why all owners need to understand and appreciate the value of patience. In some training sessions, you may find that your dog has lost all concentration. This is when an owner's patience can wear thin. But, pause training and come back to it at a better time. 4. Train, pause, repeat. Creating a training schedule will help you and your puppy build on your relationship as well as enable them to learn quickly. Maintaining a training routine is the best way to ensure your puppy learns the behavior and skills they need later on in life. This schedule can also be included in their adult life too. 5. Don't force training. Sometimes you or your dog may not be in the right frame of mind for training, and that is okay. Forcing training can lead to knocking down the building blocks you have built up to that moment. It is okay to skip a day, especially if you or your dog are not in the right mood for training. If you're still wondering how to stop dogs chasing cats, it's important to remember that sometimes behavioral changes are brought about by illnesses. If this is a concern, take them to a vet to make sure nothing is wrong.